Welcome to Just Sewing. Today we are going to be sewing up a pattern from Samantha Marie Designs called Huntington Joggers. I am fabric striking for Natural Roots Fabrics. They're coming out with a natural line where the designs the artist submitted have a translucent background so that all the backgrounds are this natural color, and then they have different solid fabrics that match this natural color, so you always have cuffs or bands or a matching solid to go with them, which I think is awesome. So I'm super excited. These are test designs that a couple designers let her test beforehand when she was making sure the base is all printed well. So today we are going to do the Huntington Joggers. This was not my first. I made my other son the classic sweatshirt from Peekaboo, and I was planning on doing a matching one for the littlest one, and it's just a little short on one sleeve for his. I forgot he was up to 2T, and if you know, math is not my strong suit. So I tried a couple jogger patterns, or cargo pants pattern, and it didn't have separate cuffs, and these were just a little too short. So they do have a fold over waistband, but they do have separate cuffs that I used the ribbing for. So you'll need 2 fronts, 2 backs, maybe opposite. No, that looks right. And 2 cuffs. One didn't make it quite to my sewing table. If you're starting to see piles back there, it's, you know, I throw it over there after I cut it. And then I tell myself, today you are going to go put those up. That hasn't happened. So I'll have a panic cleaning day when I get overwhelmed here in a couple days. So to start out, we are going to, I did not do any pockets or anything. He's 1.5, and as cute as they are, just not worth it. So what we're gonna do is we are going to sew our inseams on both our front and our back piece. If you ever have issues, because it is kind of hard sometimes to tell which is the inseam, because a fold over waistband is usually pretty tall. If you ever have issues, normally your waistband will be cut at an angle and your cuffs will be cut in a straight line. Okay, we got those sewn up, and here is our front and back piece. Now I just match those up right sides together here. And sew down our inseams. Okay, our side seams are sewn. I'm pretty sure I just called them my inseams, but our inseam is actually what we're gonna do next. I just match up this. Sometimes I clip it, a lot of times I don't. Go out here, find yours, and just sew this entire seam. I will say, sewing with thicker fabrics, this is one of the better ones I have sewn with. I do enjoy sewing with it, and I will be purchasing more fleece for myself. I found a couple jackets. I think I think it's called Happy Days jacket from Peekaboo is on sale today, so I grabbed it. If you do buy Peekaboo patterns, they do have a reward. Some of the other ones do. I forgot. I went and checked, so I actually got them for free because I had so many points built up. I may hoard patterns. Sorry, kind of like fabric. So okay, now we're going to turn these right side out and get prepared to do the cuffs. They are looking so cute. Look how cute these are looking. Okay, so here's our cuffs. These are a natural base, just a rib. You can see the rib. And this is fleece. So I am going to go ahead, and sometimes I have a hard time finding this is the front. I have noticed actually it curls towards the front, so that should help. So I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to sew right here, and then I am going to find my halfway point and mark it so I know where to put it on the bottom of my cuffs. Okay, our cuffs are ready and they have been marked our halfway point. And now we are going to just slide them over. I, on joggers, tend to like to put my inseam on, my seam on the inseam. And I still nest my seams. I do my 2 jogger cups one way and the leg the other way. Do not have any clips over here, they're over there. And then you just find where you marked your halfway and match it up with the other seam and pin it. I just kind of pull to get it to kind of flatten out. This is a good point in which to remind you, if you are using a directional fabric, make sure it is the right way so when you turn it out, it will be face up. Okay, we have the cuffs on. How cute are those? That's the back. So I went, this calls for a 1.5 inch elastic. So I went and cut mine, and so now I'm just going to put them together and zigzag stitch over the end. Okay, here's my elastic, got my zigzag stitch over. Depending on whether it's my kids' clothes or when I'm selling, depending on what I use a heat erase marker. If I'm selling, if it's my kids, I tend to use permanent marker because I'm lazy. That's easier. So I just go ahead and mark my halfway point and my side points. Now one thing I want to check on my pants is I want to take my middle, my front, middle, and back, and make sure that they line up pretty close to the side seams. If there's much of a difference, I will want to mark that and make sure that I do not and use those as the midpoints. If they're close, it doesn't bother me to use those. So I am just going to meet up with I'm just gonna clip the quarter points. If you're wondering why I'm like kind of harebrained right at the second, one of my pegs broke and some of my elastic fell down while I was trying to film this, and don't worry, I will post the blooper to my TikTok, let you guys giggle at the confusion on my face. Sometimes I don't get them quite even. My seams not perfect. That's why I don't do woven that often. Shh, don't tell the quilters. Anyways, so if you notice, I did trim off the excess serger thread because with these, I turn my knife off to serge these on, and I'm just going to go ahead and serge it on. So I trim anything excess or anything that would be uneven that normally my knife would catch. And you just pull as you go and serge it on. Okay, it is serged on. One thing I will say with like fleece like this that's not stretchy, you know, it's practically a woven. It has a little mechanical stretch. When you are pulling it to serge the elastic on, goodness gracious, that was hard. It is actually much easier than a knit, because when the knit, it can overstretch, and that makes it sometimes hard to keep it even with the waistband. But like this, it's simple to serge. So next we're gonna just fold it over here, fold it down in. And what I do is I look on the inside and I match my seams up here. I just pin at the same, the same 4 points, the same quarters, and I just match them up to my quarter points and my seams on the sides with the seam on the outside is the easiest way to do that for me. Make sure it lays straight and flat, and then I just pull in between each of the pins. I have my hem guide here. I just put it on. Let's get this back and move it over a little more. So this is a genome hymn guide. I, for the first time, just put it on the other day, and I'm wondering if I could use it for this, because I don't really want to take it off just for this, because I'll have some other things today to hymn. But I don't know. Oh, it should be wide enough. About 1.5. This, see if you see these red marks on here. I don't know if you can see them on my machine that I've drawn in permanent marker that have already started falling off. Those are our 1 and 1.25 marks that I try to keep it aligned with. But if I could use this hymn guide, that would be even better. So let me see what I got going here. And just like that, we have created some beautiful Huntington joggers. I can't wait to get them on my little list and see how they fit and what they look like on him. Thank you again for joining me. Those were Huntington joggers by Samantha Marie Design. We used fleece, printed fleece from Natural Roots, and natural ribbed from Natural Roots. If you guys have any tutorials you'd like me to do or anything else, please drop a comment. And thank you again for joining me on Just So Sewing.